thing.
But there was actually quite a lot of demand for us to play Dark Souls, since we go on about it or not. But I decided we were going to do Dark Souls 2. Why is that?
Because I've played Dark Souls 1, you've played Dark Souls 2, but I haven't played Dark Souls 2, so we get the joy of a knowing player and a noob. And we're gonna go death for death, which I think is a classic way of sharing a single-player experience.
Yes.
From the olden times.
Although I have a feeling most of the death is going to be on Gabriel's side of things.
Yeah, I haven't started... Dark Souls is a lot like a full-on relationship for me. Like, I lost the save to my old Dark Souls, and that kind of broke my heart. And I didn't get to... I've only just sort of started playing Dark Souls 1 again.
Oh, I just realised we've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. It's Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Just remember always to pronounce it properly.
Dark Souls.
So, how Dark Souls 2 differs from Dark Souls 1, first of all, is that Dark Souls 1 starts with like a big,
universe setting.
Yeah, intro video to the universe, saying, this is what has happened in the universe so far.
Mm-hmm.
All of these crazy gods and heroes you're going to fucking murder later on. Dark Souls 2 just basically starts with you. It says, you are a lone wanderer, you've gotten a nasty case of undeath.
Yeah, that's going around.
You are forgetting your former life,
Oh.
and now you're going to the mystical kingdom of Drangleiach to hopefully find a solution. That's all we know going in, and we have this rather long-winded intro establishing all that.
It looks almost like FMB.
All of this basically doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just the steps you took to get to where you are at the start of the game, and it doesn't really matter that much. But here's a melty-faced lady to show
my
off,
butter wife, melting!
show off how good we are at CG and shit.
That's why you don't make a wife out of butter.
Well, no.
It's a foolish act.
I mean, the sex is great for a while.
Yeah, it starts out good.
Summer comes around. Takes ages to get the grease stain off the bathroom floor. In retrospect, probably shouldn't have showered with her.
Ugh.
Yes, here's an old lady.
A crone! With wizard eyes.
Yes. Telling us about a kingdom.
Made of skulls and shit.
Look, it's not an Orlando. And there's dragons.
So does this connect directly to the original in any way, shape, or form?
Well, that's the thing.
Okay.
It's all up in the air, really.
So it's one of
Although I
those.
have watched a lot of Varty Vidya's excellent Dark Souls plot explanation videos on his YouTube channel, which I can recommend. And I guess the general accepted theory is that Dark Souls 2 takes place sometime after Dark Souls 1, like millennia after.
Okay.
Or maybe not that long.
Alright. Or not.
It's possible we're in the same world, the same lands as Dark Souls 1, but all the kingdoms have changed names and fallen to ruin several times over since then.
That old chestnut.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, as with all Souls games, our character is a total blank slate, but I figured if you want to get into games like these, you have to sort of meet it halfway. So we're going to come up with a role-play character that we're going to be.
Doug Slate.
No, that's a bad name.
That's an awesome name.
We're going to figure out exactly
Doug
the
Slate.
circumstances of his life before he got to this point, so that everyone can be all, sympathetic to his struggles.
He was a door-to-door shawl salesman.
Well, that might explain a few things, because he's wearing about 15 of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. And he got fired for stealing stock. It was a great moment of shame for him.
Yeah, no, I think he's a bath mat seller. He sells the mats that go around baths and toilets.
Around or the ones you stand on?
But he always dreamed of a more adventurous life, and now this has been thrust upon him by his mysterious undeath.
Yeah, so it's like...
Now he's going to jump down this whirlpool. Maybe we should rethink this, Doug. I mean, maybe we should go back and try another go at the whole bath mat. Okay, never mind.
Suicide is painless.
This place could really use a bath mat, he thinks to himself as he falls.
It would really help with a lot of this water spillage.
Right, I guess his name's Doug. I guess that's canon now.
Doug Slate.
Doug's... I hate Slate. Reminds
Slate's great.
me of Jack Slate. He was an idiot.
Who's Jack Slate?
From the Dead to Rights games.
I don't think I've played much of those.
It's a really dumb, white, Anglo-Saxon tough guy name. That's Slate.
Really? That's why I think it juxtaposes funny with like the innocuousness of Doug.
Yeah, he's wearing like 3 bath mats that have been stitched together. He's got a bath mat.
Where's the head mat then, really?
Now I'm gonna play just this intro bit that takes us through the character creation, and then I'm gonna pass it to Gabriel for the first playthrough because there's a tutorial at the start.
Have the controls changed at all?
Why do you always ask me questions you could find the answer to if you were just patient?
Well, because I want more time to think and prepare, because I don't like surprises. I don't want to get in and have, like, shield and hit, just swapped around.
No, it hasn't changed much.
Okay.
B is roll, hold down B.
B is jog.
And jumping is a little trickier. Oh, wait, did I...
I think if you just tap it again as you're running.
I'm trying to... That's it.
Yeah.
You have to press in the left trigger to jump now.
Oh, okay.
Although you can change it to the classic one, but I found that slightly less reliable in this game.
He doesn't jump as far, I've noticed.
Do you think?
Yeah. Oh no, that was further. Must have been on a bit of a hill or something.
Yeah, probably. So here we are in Things Betwixt.
Oh, okay.
Which is the sort of intro land. That crazy whirlpool took us here for no reason. I'm not sure what that whole business was in aid of.
This is the universe bath mat that picks up the spills of souls.
I think we're just in like a ravine.
Yeah.
There's like the sunlight spilling through from the top.
I don't think that's anything over
There's
there.
a way to go through somewhere. Trying to find a fellow with a big bum.
Yep.
Well, that's the obvious way to go.
Yeah.
What do we know about Dark Souls?
Explore,
Never
explore.
take the obvious path.
Okay.
Yeah, trigger and shoulder buttons are still...
We're on the trail of significant foot.
Mm-hmm. Be very quiet. Oh, I think we found him.
Hi, buddy. Are you a hitty friend or a talky friend?
Now, spoiler warning, I'm not going to attack that guy because I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
This is more sort of a thing you do in your new game pluses. Because those ogre guys are fucking brick shit houses.
Okay, so he is a hitty friend.
Yes, he's a very hitty friend.
Okay. Well, you can't judge on sight in Dark Souls, Every now and then someone's like, oh
yeah, tell me about it.
Have a helmet.
I was playing Bloodborne. I accidentally killed Patches the Spider before I knew he was a friendly NPC.
Yeah, I think I
What
hit
do you
the...
want? He was a spider.
Yeah, I know. I shot a woman who was a wolf with an arrow from a distance, and she chuckled at me and went away.
Bath mats! Bath mats for sale! Oh, I see.
You're already wearing yours.
Yes, you're all wearing your bath mats. You are a good bath mat using household. Your face. It's covered in bath mats.
Hello, I'm Doug Slate.
No, it's Slate. Not Slate. We're going to come up with something better than that.
Doug Slater.
No, that's a character from Saved by the Bell, isn't it?
It could be. The crap. Chicks.
Yeah.
You spoke to that kind old dear.
I guess they're implying that we were tricked here or something. By the kind old dear.
Ah, the hag. The crone. More crones. I'm tired of dealing with crones.
This isn't exactly the encouraging conversation we need for our first day at work. Madam.
Feast upon their soul.
Yeah. What are you drinking? What industry do you have going here? Is that water? Do you make tea? What do you make tea out of?
What's the cup made of? It's like a bit of copper drain pipe.
I love that that table is just one enormous lump of possibly rock.
I think that'd be an arse to get in here.
Petrified.
Right.
Doug Slate.
No, we're not called Doug Slate.
Yes, we are.
Our name is Douglas Uppity. This will be our name.
No.
No, it's good that you hate it. It means it can grow on you.
Douglas Uppity.
Yes, I'm very sure. Well, since I made that command decision, you can decide what Douglas Uppity looks like.
Oh, you're gonna regret that. You're gonna
Within reason.
You're gonna miss Doug Slate.
Yeah.
Doug Slate would have looked normal. Douglas Uppity looks like a fucking nitwit.
We're going to have to live with this character for the whole
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm coping with Douglas Uppity. I'm gonna cope with some Nigel Thornberry looking motherfucker.
So, features that have changed since Dark Souls that you will be familiar with is that instead of expending humanity at bonfires to turn human. Now you can just expend a human effigy wherever the hell you like to become human.
Okay, what's the pros and cons of turning human in this one?
Well,
Are we on the internet? Because I don't want invasions.
Yep, we're online. But the thing with Dark Souls 2 is that you can get invaded while hollow.
That's not cool.
But it's a turnaround. You're less likely to be invaded when you're human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that's better.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Right. What class do you favour?
Okay. Are they really very different from? Oh, swordsman wasn't there always.
Not usually. I don't like dual weapons though. Since I'm playing half of this.
Well, I don't matter. I prefer a sword over a shield.
Yeah. Well, warrior and knight are the simple
High
class.
strength and dexterity.
That the pussies
and
use.
knight'll be a lummox.
I'd
probably go warrior.
I played through the original version of the game, because this is Scholar of the First Sin that's changed things around. I've only played through this version once. I played through the previous version a few times. Played once as cleric. That was quite fun.
I've never used magic or anything like that. I'd say if we're going to be sharing it, I'd rather we go like warrior or something.
Naturally.
Because that's simple.
Big pont.
Yeah, well, it's hit and block.
Okay.
Or knight, but knight, I found that, like, if you don't have a decent roll, later enemies will just fucking kill you.
I favour... Where are we? I'm just checking out the stats. I might want to, like, veto our way to a couple of spells later on. So I might suggest knight for the higher...
Intelligence?
Slightly higher faith and stuff.
Alright, well, knight, yeah, I'm fine.
So what's the...
I don't know.
I don't know what these stats are. Okay, the head's intelligence.
Noggin!
I only got 3 intelligence.
Hello!
That's shit for sorcerers. Okay, warrior's got higher intelligence, so I'm gonna say warrior, so we can maybe have some sorceries later.
Okay, see, I haven't used any magic.
Why the fuck not? Right.
Yeah.
What's this there?
Hello!
The explorer gets pyromancy, I think.
I don't want to deal with, like, weird niche builds. That's...
Pyromancy is great, man. I think pretty much every character I've ever had has had some degree of pyromancy. Well, whatever. Warrior it is. And the gift?
Well, I'm not sure what the gifts are like.
Okay.
Because last time there was the master key, and that was kind of useful.
Life ring's kind of shitty. Just a little bit of extra health.
A human effigy
kind of not that great after you've leveled up a little bit.
Yeah.
Human effigies, just like starting
another
with
one,
twin humanities. A bunch of healing items. That's the other thing, is that the healing items have changed a fair bit.
Okay.
I'll explain in more detail once we get the Estus flask, but basically the healing wares starts us off finding it easier to heal ourselves.
Might be a good idea.
Homeward Bone, Seed of a Tree of Giants, I think...
Inedible.
I'm not sure what those do.
That's probably
not much
planted
fun.
later.
Bonfire ascetics that you throw into a bonfire to make surrounding enemies harder.
Don't want that.
I'm gonna guess we don't want that.
Petrified something.
Shame you can't get black fire bombs as a starting
Simple
gift
petrified
in this game.
lump. It's a... Petrified something. It may be of use.
I think that's something you give to the equivalent of Snuggly the
Yeah,
Crow.
I was gonna say, dead on, that was what I was thinking. There'll be some fucking bullshit, you gotta give it to him. I don't know, I mean, if we're gonna... I'd go healing wares, if that's sort of useful.
That's fair enough. That's a popular starting gift for pussy newbies. Right.
Alright, body. I get to change what it looks like. Alright, look down. D-pad.
Okay, there we go. Well, I guess we could be a lady, Douglas.
Dogina.
Or not. What sort of build should we have?
Fattest there is.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
There we
Fat bastard. Incredibly
go.
muscular
Muscle
and fat.
Well, we're gonna be covered in armor, so it doesn't matter, so no.
Guess not.
I don't need to see that kind
I
of...
mean, one could say the same for all these aesthetic things.
I get to do this.
We're gonna be covered in armor like instantly. So who the fuck cares?
I don't. What is this attached to? Homeland. Okay.
Yeah. Are you from Pastyland, or one of the 3 varieties of Browntown? Okay, the worst haircut possibly imaginable. Perhaps we should have gone for Dougina after all.
Yeah, you should have.
Well, those are some crazy
There are some
brows.
options. There are some options. Oh, do I go no eyebrows? I'm starting to look like Yolandi Vissa. Alright, we'll go.
Starting to look like a social justice warrior. Naturally, you got the two extreme ends of the colour you choose for your transparency when designing pixel sprites. And facial hair. So, I guess we're establishing in our backstory that Douglas identifies as something.
Oh, you'll never know. It's a constant.
I think he identifies as a transsexual Mario brother. Got a face tattoo.
Yes.
Just to round things out.
It's me, Transio. Do I get to decide where it is?
I think if you go to the advanced settings, yes. You have to back out. I want to kill some monsters sometime today, man. I go down to tattoo.
Oh, weird that they're in places.
Well, I think I'm guessing I know why Douglas Uppity was shunned by his homeland. Because he's embarrassing everyone. He looks like a bellend.
Okay, B cancels.
That's Japanese games for you. Are you done? Are you dignified?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, alright. I think we're past the point where all detail is going to be lost the instant we start playing. Because we're just going to be wearing a helmet and viewing ourselves from far away.
No, that's still pretty good to me.
Well, take your jollies where you can.
Well, that's what you get calling him fucking nobody. Alright, so that's it.
Yeah.
Picked.
So,
Yes, you have no idea. Dark Souls 2. This is
Actually,
so my true self.
well, in action, yes, you're controller now, man. You're in charge.
Oh, so that was the info.
Actually, my true self is a dragon called Mephistopheles.
Bumble Stiltskin.
But while I'm stuck in this terrible human form, I must tolerate this mortal build.
V-Sync.
Bit of a V-sync tear there. You know,
Alright, look, old ladies, if I wanted to be laughed at, I could go talk to my parents.
Are you surprised that they're laughing at you?
Yes.
Look at yourself,
They're ugly.
Douglas Uppity.
Old and ugly.
You look like the Joker fell into the vat next door.
I'm the prankster.
You look like
Captain Harlequin.
you look like a fucking Rubik's Cube.
Probably shift around my face parts and come out with something normal looking.
So Grandma Joe here is
Ooh, erotic.
filling us in for what we can expect for the next 40 hours.
Game design that hates you.
By the way, we're recording this in 30 FPS because Australian internet being what it is, I don't want to have to spend the better part of an entire weekend uploading these sodding videos. So all you fucking Master Race assholes who are afraid of watching anything that's not absolutely perfect visually because you're afraid your eye sockets might turn into little toilets and your eyeballs into little poos inside the toilets.
That's fantastic. That's all I can see now is just toilet eyes with little poop pupils.
Then you couldn't fucking live with it. And by the way, because you picked Warrior, we start with a broken ass sword. I hope you're pleased with yourself.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find another one soon.
You know, continue the game, man.
Yeah, I'm having a fucking look around. I'm refamiliarizing myself with the general feel of the controls.
Alright.
I'm
I think
trying
there's
to-
a chest upstairs with a
Oh, well,
thing
there
in
we
it.
fucking see. That's,
Well, we're gonna look around, at least look upstairs.
Look, I'm in no fucking rush, alright? You can be the rush player.
Evidently
Can I break
not.
things? Yeah.
Naturally. You didn't hit it first. You haven't played Dark Souls enough.
No, I have, which is why I know that there's no way there's gonna be a fucking mimic this early.
You never know.
Yeah, I do. That's why it wasn't a mimic.
The Dark Souls one had basically the tutorial of Dark Souls 1 was here's
boss.
a fucking boss.
Yeah, but that wasn't hidden. Like
The way we came in, I think. Dude.
Huh? Well, yeah, isn't there another way out here?
Yes, and there's another door. That's the way you're supposed to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dark Souls 1 just went, here's a big fat ass dropping on your head. Kill him now, and then you're ready. This game, on the other hand, actually just has a tutorial.
Damn it.
Just hit it with your stick.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
There, now you can have a thing.
Soul of a Lost Undead and something.
So Dark Souls 2 also has more of an emphasis on light, because
It's actually dark.
you can light torches at fires. Of course, in the original release of Dark Souls 2, they fucked up. They fucked that up. They just made it so you could see all the dark areas just by turning the brightness up. That's been fixed in this one.
Fiddlesticks.
Places are black as black. You got to have your fucking torch out for some places. So when you see a flaming torch like that, you can light a torch on it by walking up to it, and then you can light other torches from your lit torch. But your torch will only be lit temporarily. So we've got one torch, and we've got 5 minutes of torch in it. And you can unequip it and save it just by pressing left on the D-pad.
Oh, so if I put it away, I come back with 4 minutes and 48 seconds.
But you have to light the torch again or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, what happens if it burns down the full amount of time? Do I have to find another whole torch?
Yeah. But every torch you get just adds another 5 minutes to your maximum time. It's more like one torch that you keep refilling.
Alright.
Yes, there's another fat boy.
I might light all the things on. I'm not...
There's
I don't think it's prudent to go into these yet.
There's something special that happens if you light all the torches. It's called bugger all.
Well, I just thought it might be... Like, do they stay lit?
Yeah, torches.
Yeah, well, I think it might be
The
prudent
fixed,
just to have...
the fixed torches, yeah. And you
do
do want to go into those fog doors because that's where the tutorials are.
Oh, okay.
Start with the first one, with the most basic lesson.
That's a little bit sneaky, because...
I figured it'll just be a refresher for you.
Yeah, I think that's important. Because, again, I haven't played... Beyond the little bit I was fiddling with the other day, I haven't really played Dark Souls in about a year, which I think is long enough to lose some fucking important bits of...
Yeah, well, roll and block, and
good lock-on, still the same.
bait them into attacking, and then hit them. That's about the size of it. Okay. Well, that's the first of many. Okay, the forfeit when you die and pass the controller over is that you then have to tell us about an event from Douglas Upperty's previous life that has shaped the man he is today. Alright?
Okay. Alright.
Well, you need to find a torch to light your torch on if you want to light that torch.
So it doesn't come out unless...
Doesn't come out unless,
Oh, I see. It's its
unless
own
you've
little
lit it on, I
category.
think.
There we are, yeah. Alright.
Yes. So, if you want to light that torch, you're going to have to go back to one of those lit torches. If we had a flame butterfly, you can use that to light your torch from wherever. But there's like dispensable
No,
items.
you don't, dickhole. Oh, I get that.
I'm going to try go for the backstab.
Okay, is it still light attack from behind?
Yep.
Right, come on.
And, oh, there you go.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Got your backstab down.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, that's
Very fucking important.
How are you on parrying? I wouldn't go near that fella.
Never that good, to be honest. Well, I mean, it's there. It's just
This is where you're supposed to learn best. I think it was made a bit easier in Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 you had to be right behind them.
yeah.
I think it's a little bit more generous with the maximum space moving around. I think.
Ooh, a treat.
A dagger. Is that an improvement on our broken sword, I wonder? Not really.
No.
Because the other thing you have to remember is
be doing
that weapon degradation is a much more serious thing in
Oh,
Dark Souls 2. Because weapons are all healed back up at bonfires. So that does, but the trade-off for that is they degrade much faster.
Alright, so the timing's a bit different. There we go.
Yeah, I never really mastered parrying in any Dark Souls game, which really left me unprepared for Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That's a parry up the arse game.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, I'm a tank, so I was like, block, stab.
I don't think you can block in Bloodborne.
No, you can't. There's no shields. That fucked me up.
Yeah, because you only play like a tank, which is the easiest kind of character to play in Dark Souls. Hide behind your big 100% shield. Never have to worry about anything. Except magic.
Sensible.
Except magic and fire attacks.
Okay, so the dagger gets through some of that shit. You wanna go? Huh? I got your fucking shit right here.
Douglas Uppity has some issues.
Yeah, man. Well, look at that hair.
Where did he learn all these warrior skills as a Batman salesman?
On Twitter. Douglas Uppity was a
He went.
committed Twitter space activist. That's where he learned all these practical real-world skills.
Maybe he just learned it all from YouTube tutorials.
Totally.
I would hope we'd establish that
Yeah, like...
by this point.
Oh, hey!
Hey, it's the crows. I think there's 2 of them in this game.
It was smooth.
Yeah, that's the hint that the item they most want is smooth and silky stones.
Okay.
If you find any of those, but you can also stick petrified somethings in there to get something.
Ooh.
But you can pretty much stick anything in like the crow's nest and get something.
Oh.
Well, we can't because we haven't got a lit torch.
What happens if I light? If I get that torch?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
You just have a lit torch.
Oh wait, that's my one back here.
Right. What haven't we learned yet?
I suppose a lot of defense and evasion. Wasn't really in there.
I guess rolling and crop attacks and stuff. Ah yes, I'm two-handed. Yeah, two-handed shield. Probably not going to be much use, if I'm honest. Well, that's hardly better than one-handed.
Oh, okay. That was
You took
long
that
wind up on that.
You took that on the stash.
Got you, motherfucker! Shitlord. Surrounded by shitlords.
Yeah, it's Shitlord City. Okay, this is a popular place to experience one's first death in Dark Souls 2. Trying to jump that gap
Okie dokie.
to get the thing at the far side, which probably isn't worth it thinking about it. Hey, look at you. Of course, getting back's where it gets complicated. If memory serves, that restores a couple of uses.
Hello.
Yes, we've established how
Can't
awful.
see.
We've established how awful your face is.
Oh, look at
Douglas
that.
Uppity. Well, that's my man. That's where
Snake Eater!
That's where I got the Welcome to Dark Souls achievement, which you get for your first day.
Haha.
Right, I think this is time to learn about drop attacks.
That button.
Yeah, that's like the kick and the jump attack in Dark Souls. You're familiar with that? Check out
That's
that.
guard break.
That's the guard break, which was the kick in Dark Souls 1. Thank you, demonstrating hologram thing.
Thanks, other guy. What the fuck?
You fucked up. You continue to fuck up.
Ah, fuck this shit.
It's fucking up central. Oh, got a whole 570 souls already. But we'd only kill like 5 dudes. They have a lot of souls, those guys.
Yeah, soulful.
It's like cats. How they've got 9 lives. That guy had like about 30 of them, it seems. That is the item.
So what's the life gem do?
That just restores life.
Oh, okay, so that's the little healing doodad that I got.
Yes,
That's the game.
you do get an Estus flask, but it starts off with only 1 use. You have to upgrade its number of uses by finding items in the world.
Okay.
Finding
Change
Estus
that.
Flask shards. But yeah, so bonfire kindling isn't a thing anymore. Most of the time in the early game, you'll be getting your health back with life gems.
Can I pick up more of them? Can I restore them to see?
Yeah. You pick them up everywhere,
Yeah,
man.
I
They're a very
Fucking
common,
stupid frog things.
a very common drop, and you can buy a lot of them from places.
Okay, so that's a slow rebuild.
Yeah, but it's a lot faster to use than Estus because you can still move while using it. No, you ain't getting over there. 'Cause if you drop down, you'll notice a fella standing in the way of that
Yeah,
cave.
that's what I'm trying to look at.
He's a statue,
Oh, okay.
and there's a couple of places in this game blocked off by statues. You can only get rid of statues with a special item named Get at the moment.
Chip.
And yeah, you just find them at like
Okay, so that's...
you find them in like chests as like one-time items, and you use them to open up new areas.
Statue be gone. Ah, notes.
Yay! This is where it starts.
Do it!
Hurrah for message, by the way, praise the sun. Can do. Tough enemy ahead, meaning the whole game.
Yeah. I'm forward with my shield out, just to guard against any surprise bullshit.
You'll
What
be,
about you?
you'll
Hurrah
be-
for rear! Yeah, alright!
You'll be safe for a while.
I don't trust you.
This is like the hub of the whole game, Majula.
okay.
This is where you come back to level up and upgrade your equipment.
This is such a pleasant area as opposed to...
Yes, it is nice. Don't go that way.
Why?
Because there's nothing there. We want to get started on the actual game, don't we?
Poking around. What do you got? Ah, that sounds
Divine
nice.
Blessing.
What does that do?
Just restores,
Look at it.
restores health,
Okay.
I think. So there's
I say, what a lovely day at the beach.
so the bonfires over there
The sun oppresses my
Behind
pale
you.
skin.
in that ring of stones.
I run, so I want to.
And we want to find the Emerald Herald.
So I can
Should
I
we-
quick travel? Like, is that what travel is?
Yes, you can. In this game, you can. Don't get that way either. You can instantly quick travel between any bonfire.
Huh.
That-
What the hell?
That way.
That was cosmic.
That way will lead to the first area. We want to talk to the lady on the cliff behind us.
Well, I got that.
No. Go back to the bonfire. Now, see that dead tree? Or the one on the right?
Yeah.
Go over to there.
Yeah, she is.
Yes. This character is basically our mum. Yes, very mature. I've never heard that one before.
Are you the next one?
She is the person who levels us up. And she'll be here basically for the whole game, saying mysterious things. Basically,
I'm
she's
clearly the Herald of Fate. Look at me.
she's that weird patchy face lady from Demon Souls.
Uh,
Or the doll from Bloodborne. Or who was it in Dark Souls?
I think there really was. There were just a few people.
Oh, yeah, there were a few guys who used to hang around the
Nope.
what's it called? Something shrine.
Oh, yes.
What was that place called that you went to all the time in Dark Souls?
Filing.
Firelink Shrine. Thank you. Yeah. So here's the story so far. We have to find the souls of 4 powerful beings, meaning gods. That's all we've got, frankly.
Yep. It's all you ever really
Venture
need.
out into the land, find some shit. Murder things.
Obviously, can't you tell by my mustache?
This man is smelling us. Thank you, strange man. We very much enjoy being smelled.
You smell of the undead.
Yeah, shut up.
Yes. Bizarre, strange.
Right.
Bizarre, strange. Okay.
Talk to that fellow sitting by
This guy?
Yeah. He's the smith, and he will upgrade our weapons once we've got time. Once we've unlocked the door of his house. But we won't be getting that till we find the first merchant. So...
How are you dying around here?
There's an item there. Just behind the house there, on the edge of the cliff. Careful.
A little less visible in this one.
More life gems, 3 to be precise.
Sweet. So is this a little bit like Bloodborne, where life gems are a fairly common enemy drop all located?
Yes.
Right. That's good to know.
You'll get a fuckload of life gems.
Oh, that's good. I like life gems.
Did the holy lady give you your Estus flask?
Yeah.
Well, make sure you put it in your quick items.
Should I? Really? So should I actually? If it's got one, I thought I was saving it for a bit.
If we're... Just put it in the item next to your life gem. And then you can just quickly switch to it by pressing down on the D-pad. I'd also recommend putting the cure poison on there as well, because you never know. And you're always going to need cure poison fast.
Oh, okay, so what have I got here?
That's the green mossy lump just under the Estus flask. Those are the more powerful life gems. Now we've got good old-fashioned souls of soldiers and shit. And the dark side.
Multiplayer and this is strange. There's chairs everywhere. There are chairs fucking everywhere.
Well, yes. You gotta have something to take out your frustrations on. If this were Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, we could acquire a soul that allowed us to heal up by sitting on chairs. No such luck, I'm afraid. Now, whenever I play Warrior, I always end up using a Great Shield. Put it all in strength and get that fucking tower Great Shield. That shit's the bomb. Yes, we're all enjoying the mustard.
Go through your stuff, buddy. Hope you don't mind.
Of course he doesn't. I mean, we're his only customer. He should be kissing our feet the instant we walk in the door.
Yeah, even though I'm stealing his shit. Okay, how are people dying? This must be like PvP or something, right?
I guess so.
This doesn't seem like an area with hostiles.
Well, I think a lot of these NPCs turn hostile if you start smacking them about.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
But I wouldn't.
No, I don't want to.
Well, there are hostiles...
Is he talking about souls? Like, is that how much the shit costs is in souls?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are...
Should I buy anything at this point? Like, it feels like a little early. Like, I always feel like buying stuff at the first guy you find is usually a little bit of a mistake, because
you want to get your teeth into some combat first, try to figure out what you need and what you don't need.
Excuse me!
Talk to the cat.
Oh. Well, hello, fellow.
Yeah, it's a talky cat.
Okay.
And I think it's a lady cat.
One without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say.
Yep, this universe is bordering on collapse.
Lady cat sells a couple of really useful things. Actually, sells a ring that reduces fall damage, which is very, very handy for certain very specific parts of the game. And that's Chalquois.
Enchanté.
Meow.
Who wants a chin tickle? Who wants a chin tickle?
She's not that brave, and she feels she has to seduce us into a chin tickle. She's no slut. Yeah, you can also abandon covenants with her, because she's such a slut, as we've established. And she encourages sluttiness in all others. Did you ever use alluring skulls in Dark Souls?
Nope.
Even in the bit where you're supposed to learn about them, where you're supposed to throw one in a fire to kill the armored piggy and the undead bird.
Oh, is that what you're supposed to do?
Yes! That's the first time you get them.
I just jumped down and hit the thing until it died.
Yeah, and it was a bit of an arse, wasn't it?
I don't know, apparently I got real lucky killing it the first time, because it got stuck in the fire.
Yeah,
just automatically.
that is pretty lucky.
I would like a better sword. I'd like...
Well, best thing to do is start go out into the world and start killing shit.
Alright, so it's go fighty time now, is it?
Yeah, might as well. So,
Rock and roll!
let's go down that path I discouraged you from earlier.
Now we're going for a trip down Discouragement Lane.
Yes, indeed. And
Alright.
Discouragement Lane is best known for its pools of blood. That's why they call it Discouragement Lane.
People dying around it.
Oh, hey, I think there's something you can do in the jeweler I forgot about. Passes the controller a sec, because I don't want to have to describe the whole action to you.
Why? This is part of the game.
Okay.
How it works.
Well, go back to the area around that big pit.
Alright. I'll take a running jump off of this.
If you go over to that well on the right, see that well?
Yes.
We'll go up to it. You'll see a rock on the side of the well. I want you to smack that rock and jump back. There it is. Now go take that to Hoodie Lady. Hoodie. Because that is the first Estus Flask shard. Now we have 2 Estus Flasks, not just 1.
And the Estus work like normal.
Yeah, the Estus is as before. They restore them on first. Life gems do not, Estus does. That's the trade-off. More life gems, but they are...
I didn't want to read Destroy Butthole again.
They are depletable.
Yeah, I mean...
Get used to those 4 lines of dialogue. Bearer, seek, till.
Yeah.
Hey, you got 2 of them, motherfuckers. How much we need to level up? 300 more.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Let's go kill something! Woo!
Actual social justice warrior.
If you'd gone down the alleyway behind that big mansion where the well was, you'd have found some little piggy monsters. But they're surprisingly hard to kill for this early in the game. So I wouldn't bother if I were you.
Oh. Halberd. Good to see those make a comeback. I like the halberds.
Those are handy for your strength builds. A bit more dexterous. Never mind. Halberds are good for high damage, yes. But I've found after playing Bloodborne a bit, sometimes it's better to lean towards fast attack than high damage. You never used magic much.
No.
You gotta have some kind of ranged attack, I find. Okay, that's your
Ran in
argument.
and hit things, yeah.
That's your argument, is it?
Well, yeah, I never really used range. There was one thing I used range on, which was the giant fuck-off bow against the red dragon, the thing. 'Cause
Right.
fighting him the traditional way is fucking bullshit.
I don't think you can even get him down until you...
No, he'll land, but he'll just do these huge fucking fire attacks. And even with all the like super bloodstain here, and then
Yeah, so if you fall in that water, you die. That's what it's supposed to. If you can jump over to that shallower bit of water we can see there, there's another item you get. Which is that onward down.
boner. I'm okay. I don't know about that.
Oh,
Am I allowed to walk through this?
yeah.
Fatty ahead.
Yes. Okay, gloves are off now.
Okay,
This
so
fatty was not there before Scholar of the First Sin. This was one of the many changes if I was first. I wouldn't attack him, I'd just try to scoot around him if I were you. Yeah, those guys tend to be plastic until you get close. But they've pranked me before. They've snuck up on me when I thought they were minding their own business elsewhere.
You got a 2-hit, huh?
Yeah, and a big axe.
Oh,
Shit.
fuck you, home slice. I got my shitty broken sword. Staying with a broken sword for so long makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, you're bound to pick something up off one of these guys sooner or later.
Can I sneak up on him and get a backslash?
No. The answer to that is no.
Missed me!
Now you got to hiss at me.
Huh, alright. The guy was going fucking apeshit on nothing.
Well, that's hollows for you. Is that a sword? No, it's a helmet.
I wonder if that's any better.
Probably not, considering you're a warrior.
Yeah.
Warrior starts with decent shit.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
it's better against one thing.
Kind of want to.
Well, if you want me to suddenly be the one playing, then be my guest.
Well, I mean, it feels like I've been playing for a while, and I think, you know, fortune can sometimes favor the bold.
Well, okay. Welcome to Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, I have to die at some point. I haven't fallen in any of the stupid
Well, you
hits that
might.
killed
Well,
you.
you might not die. Let's see how you do against Mr. Ogre Pants. This is the point where all the viewers who've played this game start sniggering.
Oop. Oop. Oh dear.
Who wants to have a little? He's saying.
Alright.
Well, he lost some health. Wow.
I am not fucking hurting him at all. Oh shit.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you've decided things for yourself now, because he's gonna come and finish the conversation.
Uh-oh.
And he's got and he's got pals. Just don't really want to know what's going on behind you at this point, do you? You're getting hollowed, son. Bit of a lag spike there. Yep, I saw that coming.
If it wasn't for the lag, I'd have rolled.
Right.
There you go.
Now tell me a little bit about Douglas Apathy.
His favorite bath mat was actually not the one that he was instructed to sell most of. And
I see, he was conflicted.
Constantly torn between his respect for his craft and the people who actually put a lot of effort into constructing fine bath mats, and the commercial realities of having to support a family on a bath mat salesman wage.
Did you reverse up-down your camera controls?
Of course I did.
Are you mad? Who the hell does that?
Only the truly sane. Let's change it back.
I'm gonna change it back. I will.
D-pad home slice.
You mad person. That's God Zone controls.
Actually, now that I come to think of it, attacking him when I had still the broken sword, I should have waited till I had a full sword. I just wanted to take him on.
That would have helped.
Well, I need a basis. You know, I need a fucking... Now I have an idea.
Those ogres do not give a shit.
Oh, Holler. We still have the radiant colored hair and mustache. It's fantastic. Oh god, it's every third girl on Tinder.
If you say so. Bad complexions.
Do we keep all... It's like the last time we keep all the stuff we found, right?
Yes. So, yes, we were really conflicted about selling the bath mat we didn't think was superior.
Had to, though.
We'd had a lot of arguments with our superiors. A couple of times, the people we were selling them to said things like, "Are you sure this is the best bath mat? I've heard there might be better ones." And our hearts would weep.
That's so much.
Now, I tend to be a defensive player. Are you ready?
Yeah, you see, like, you just... fucking goddamn the ground.
I think my target is trying to trick me there.
I'd love it if he reacted to sort of target focus, like...
There's the bonfire you didn't notice.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't notice it because I was being attacked by an ogre for some reason.
Well, no. I can never remember if you have to rest it before it counts. A whole bunch
Travel?
of messages just appeared.
Hurrah for recklessness. Indeed.
Yeah, I think you and that guy are on the same page.
Yep, all the guys come back.
Natch.
Hey, shouldn't my pile of souls be around somewhere? Because we could be getting close to a level up soon.
Yeah, I think we'll pretty much be at it.
Get behind. Oh.
Oh,
He
he
was-
foiled me.
He was going apeshit on the ground for so long.
Yes, there's our blood
Alright,
stain.
careful, there's a lot of guys around here.
Yeah.
Fuck your feet, fuck your feet.
Now it's the arrow guy you gotta watch out for. Yeah.
Range jerks.
Yeah, use that bow. That's working out for you. This'll
Yeah, you hot bucket of dick buggery. That guy's going for the slow axe. Oh, you got a better sword than me. Fuck you, I want your sword. Oh,
Oh, there's three of them now. They were camouflaged for a bit there. Okay, I'm just going to get that guy out of the way.
Yeah, got him.
Oops. Welcome to Dark Souls.
Hell yeah. This is what makes it fun.
Hey, these guys are wearing bath mats as jumpers.
That's a fucking crime. You're not allowed to do that.
This must mean our arch rival, Stephen Confident, has been through here already. We could have sold these guys bath mats. Stephen, you've gotten that bonus for the last time.
Damn, Stephen, he's constantly getting the Bath Matty awards.
Yeah, I bet Stephen wrote that. He thinks he's so great, can tell everyone else how to do it.
Alright.
I'm going to drink some Estus at you, Stephen Confident. This is good. We're building quite a backstory.
Should we go back and level now, or...?
Well,
Actually,
everything's going to come back, isn't it? You know what? I know this game pretty well. I'm going to hold out for the next bonfire.
Okay.
I think.
Also, you can level at bonfires now.
Oh no, but bonfires teleport.
Oh yeah,
So you can teleport back to
Just go
Majula and
back.
level up at the Emerald Hill.
Angela. Whoop.
Emerald Hill, almost rhymes. I was confident my second slash would recoil that guy. There was method to my madness.
Well, that's the great thing about the fight mechanics in this game. Your attack is an active hurt box with a full solid swing. Okay, now how many of these dickbags gonna... Huh?
I'm sure there's one up top who's going to make his presence felt. Yes, there he is.
Banzai! It just comes crashing. Isn't there Soul over there?
I think he's at range. I'm going to take him out over everything else. And here's another thing for Dark Souls 2. Speed ladders. Oh, this out. Yeah, come on then. You did not think your cunning plan through.
Should have stayed on the ladder and, you know,
Dig-
fight you there.
Dig those ragdolls.
I love ragdoll effects. It's one of my favourite things in the world.
Tragically, you can't kick them around as much as you could in Dark Souls 1.
And it's probably for the best. I mean, the
'Cause
way
in
they
Dark
hung
Souls-
on to you was a little bit silly.
In Dark Souls 2, they just sort of kill the physics as soon as it's at rest, which is disappointing. Hello, you.
You're a bit odd.
Yeah. I'm getting bad luck with these backstabs.
It's light slash, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh! Cheeky fucking bugger.
I was about to say that very thing. Yes, that's what he would have
Likes to
done
bugger
to us
cheeks.
if we'd stayed down there.
Oh, so we'd have been lobbing firebombs at us.
Yeah,
I
the
hate
asshole.
those. Yeah,
Shot
shots
sword. That's
are
what we want.
actual cutting implement.
Let's see.
Oh, we got another thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's up to 100. Fuck yeah.
How's the
It's
dagger
great sword.
we got earlier? Now, if memory serves, we do have to watch out for the degradation of this weapon. So keep an eye on the little red bar under the weapon icon in the lower left. That will show how much it is degraded.
Okay.
You don't want to be caught with a weapon that's just about to break.
Can't imagine.
Quite something ahead.
Delicious.
A soul of a nameless soldier.
Yeah.
You disappoint me. Message. That was not quite something.
I think with all the souls and stuff, we could probably level up pretty... Isn't there stuff down near the base of the trees?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a good sense of height and space in these games. I always enjoyed that. Well, stop.
Oh, not by falling down there.
No. Maybe come at it from another angle.
I don't trust
Well,
stuff.
It's Dark Souls, so you're right.
Oh wait, we can probably...
I don't
guess
know.
we can jump from here? Let's see what this
Yeah, give
pool
her
of
the old
blood
college
did.
try. Alright. Okay, so he fucked up the jump.
Yeah,
that's
that guy fucked it up.
Yeah, we won't. We're champions.
Let me just clear up this area then.
Yeah. Oh, actual damage. Actual damage. Oh, get a dog up here.
Well, we're still having to three-shot these guys.
Still. It's better than like...
Oh, and we got a thrust. I love thrusts.
Mmm.
Thrust is way better than a swing for narrow passageways.
Yeah.
Thrust your ass.
Stab. We got a block button.
Yeah. More life gems. 1 life gem. Another broken
Why
straight
would I
sword.
want a broken one?
I don't know. Well, we only started with a broken straight sword because we were the warrior. Maybe if we wanted to make a collection, that's where we get it.
Can we, like, is there a... Do we have to wait till, like, a Framp shows up before we can sell this crap, or does it just...
No, the
merchanted pretty well early?
there is a guy you can sell things to, but he's much harder to find than Framp.
Oh, fig pickles.
What is it with you and figs?
Should we be human just on the count of the possibility of invasion? Because I've done very little PvP at all in any of the Souls games.
I don't think I've ever been invaded in this area.
I
know there's some areas that are very invasion heavy.
Probably like, yeah, there'll be PvP
Another
areas.
one. Bloody hell.
I need that many. I don't know. So there's probably someone out there dual wielding 2 broken swords. Fuck yeah, about time. I've got
Always
my dual wield.
Always makes you think of those bloody adventure games.
Which
George,
ones?
George Stowbout, madam. The broken sword.
Oh,
adventure games.
yeah. There's like 5 of those now.
Yeah, there's a new one coming out
Oh,
soon.
really? I've got them. I'm gonna play through them eventually. Oh, yeah!
I don't call that a backstab.
That's, yeah. It's a
don't
back
know.
fury.
I don't know what the hell that was. Hollow infantry boots. Well, obviously they're hollow.
There's nobody in them anymore.
That was quite witty.
Therefore, praise the sun. Good job, champ.
Why do all these messages have like 96 upvotes? I've never gotten that many. In my...
Because you don't put down, like, dumb fuck memes, that's why you don't get any upvotes.
I put down witty things.
Did I say witty things or dumb fuck memes?
Hey, double strong attack takes them out and straight away.
Fucking rad. Alright, yeah, you got them in a doorway, you want to penetrate them now. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was a double penetration.
Oh, yeah! DP.
Let's
Was
try
that guy
for a,
guarding anything?
try for a DVDA before this
Oh.
day is out.
I reckon that's possible we can manage.
What
There's
the hell
something...
were you attacking me with? Was it
This is
nothing?
fist.
I think it was nothing, yes.
just shoving his hand at you in an aggressive fashion.
Found some crossbow bolts.
Hooray!
I do maintain we need a ranged attack of some kind.
Well, you know,
hello.
if this one's suitably different to,
Stab, stab,
Dad. Fuck yeah, real sword.
stab, stab, stab. You'll note our weapon strength is down to about 2/3 there.
Did they used to degrade this fast in the old... Do they...
No. Well, because the degradation was permanent in Dark Souls 1, you had to repair them at blacksmiths. But
Yeah.
in this game, the degradation resets at bonfires.
Okay.
As I said earlier, but you never listened.
Oh, I'm just thinking about other things. Oh, yeah, you cheeky bugger.
Yeah, see, here I'm in a bind, because
Why?
there's this guy, but I'm directly underneath a guy who throws firebombs.
We'll just sprint
then-
up, take out the archer.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, good plan,
I
Gabe.
said sprint up, not waddle up.
I am going to life gem this, because I'm a bit...
Oh, there's another archer shooting at you.
Yeah,
Roll into the wall! Adventure!
that's right, this was new for Scholar of the First Sin. Bollocks.
I want to let some of that endurance.
P. Yes. D. P. I'm making a habit of that. We say DP because our lost love was Doreen Prendergast.
She was a real beaut.
She was really into the DP. That's why we broke up.
There are Chinese finger traps.
I was like, why do you always insist on having a large black man when we make love? Just on hand.
Just on hand, just around.
Yeah, there's
Bubble Lang.
all sorts of fun to do down that way. But first...
Is there a shiny thing to steal that?
Ah!
That's great. Fucking Dark Souls.
I fell for it. Fair one. Well, anyway, bonfire time. They're much less spaced out than they were in. Oh, almost forgot.
Hello. I am a market.
See this pile of shit on the floor? It's a merchant. most importantly, this merchant sells the key to that blacksmith shop. The thieving bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a couple of fire bombs because they're always handy to have.
Looks like junk.
That axe is pretty good for early game equipment.
Fists.
I'm gonna talk to this.
Something when giants cross the sea.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to this lady a whole bunch. And then if we complete all her conversation, then later she'll show up at Majula to buy things.
So we harangued an old lady until she moved.
Basically, and harangued her into coming to live with us.
Pew!
Like,
Away!
she's like the old lady in Deadpool.
Ow.
Are we boring you, Emerald Herald? Do you think you could spare some time in your busy schedule to level us up?
Fucking hell. Should we give the blacksmith his key and see if we can, or is leveling up? Like, what's better? Are we upgrading? Oh, Jesus.
That was quite a car crash of a sentence you just made.
Well, I mean, what are we upgrading? What's the best to upgrade first? Native stats or weapons?
Well, we've only got one type manager at this point.
Alright, maybe we should just upgrade ourselves.
When he says
first.
come back later, what he means is sit at the bonfire,
This fellow.
stand up again, and then go over to him.
Ooh, look at that, he's teleported. Magic bonfires.
So I don't know if I want to start upgrading weapons yet, because I find you want to make sure you got a good base weapon first.
Yeah, well, I would have presumed that a shitty little poker isn't that fucking
Let's
fantastic.
see what he's got. Falchion, rapier. I said rapier. Maces.
Is there much variation
I
in...
think the Falchion's a curved. Yeah, the Falchion's a curved sword. Those are pretty good.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, like... Because there wasn't a huge amount of variation in what enemies were vulnerable to what types of weapon in the last one. I'm curious as if that's been sort of expanded upon in this. Like, I don't want to get, like, oh, that looks like a good weapon, and then have every fucking dick be resistant to, the fucking hammer.
Well, I think there's something for everyone in this game in terms of weapon
That's good.
damage. The Falchion scales well as well. It's got a B on dexterity. You understand how that works, I'm sure. Rapier scales a bit better, B and a D. I think we'll stick with the short sword for now.
Yeah, I think just level.
I'm just gonna... Yeah, fuck you, Lenny-Drast.
Waste my time, fucking goddamn dick.
Let me just see... what...
Got lots of broken swords.
Just trying to see... scales with... That's alright. So we've got C and C on strength and dexterity, so it's a bit of an all-rounder.
So, the C and the C on dexterity is as we upgrade strength and dexterity, we get a moderate, sort of an average upgrade.
Yeah, but you're a Dark Souls player, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sort of...
Yeah, if we... That
saying
means
people
we
who
get...
maybe haven't played it. 'Cause a lot of the Dark Souls, this is not a very...
Yeah, it means the damage will scale moderately as we increase our strength and dexterity with that weapon. It's
And-
like that one, like that earlier weapon had a B on it. A B for dexterity, so that meant that the damage would scale a bit faster as we leveled up that weapon.
Whereas we leveled up our dexterity.
If we had higher dexterity. So, now we have to decide where to put our very first upgrade stat. So, we can only get the 1 point. So there's health, endurance, both important of course. Vitality increases equipment load. It's not grouped with endurance anymore.
Oh, that is dickish.
Achievement is for spells. Strength, dexterity, obviously. Adaptability, which is a little bit more useful
So
than...
that would be like the resistance from the last one.
Yeah, but it's way more useful than resistance was in Dark Souls. I basically never leveled up resistance.
No, neither did I.
This is a bit better for like improving your like native defenses, and I think you drink Estus faster once you with your
that's
if you raise your
interesting.
adaptability, and intelligence and faith for spells. So I'm thinking either we sink into one of the two majors or strength and dex at this point. What do you think? Well, we're pretty high for strength already.
Yeah, I think maybe.
But do we want to emphasize strength or like go for an all-rounder? Something like that. I think it depends on what sort of weapons we like.
Well, I think given that there's two of us playing, perhaps an all-rounder. And I think a good strength dex mix is that's fairly durable. Like you can get through a game with that.
Okay, so let's put dex up, and then we got our options open depending on what weapons we find.
Yeah.
Whether we want to go for a more dexy or a more strengthy weapon.
I think that gives us a good spread.
All right. We're playing Dark Souls. Back to the Forest of Fallen Giants.
That's something I'm going to have to keep in mind, that I can teleport around and level up and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm sure you'll get used to it. Right. Let's get our Explorer on.
Wander and Wonder.
What did we say our rival's name was?
Stephen Confident.
That's the one. See if Stephen Confident has plied his wicked trade around here.
Filthy Stephen.
That door was locked.
Should we be human if that is? Are there other benefits to humanity? Like, there's something up there.
Besides the damage increase and
Yeah,
the
like
ability to summon the friendly support
I've never summoned
characters.
friends either, so go back down the stairs.
Oh, I summon all the time.
Oh,
I summon NPCs a lot.
I just
In this game, there's a couple of boss fights I don't think I've ever beaten
rotate the
without.
camera a bit. There's
without
something on top of the tree branch.
oh yeah.
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 Curious as to how.
I think we have to get through that door before we can get out of there.
Okay. Well,
Because we need to drop through a hole. See, in this game,
not on the cards right now. Hey, what's that hole to the right? Hole?
yeah, that leads down to the next place we need to go. Before we go there, let's explore around
Yeah, let's have a look about.
this causeway sort of thing.
This safe area.
Ah!
Fucking excellent.
I don't know what you're laughing
So
about.
fucking good. I love Dark Souls moments, and that was a Dark Souls moment.
It sure was. Keep forgetting about that guy next to the door.
What's over there? Ah, stab.
Time for a little sippy.
The game that hates you. Oop. There's guys.
Ugh.
Lots of guys. Don't fall off the edge.
Again, I was confident my slash fell down.
Stab.
Just a single P, but sometimes that's all you need.
One good lunge.
What was that name I said? Doris Prendergast?
I think so.
Yes, our lost love,
Yeah.
who was into the DP.
Yay, now we can be human again.
Why do we always have to go in the bum hole, Doris? Are you saying something about our relationship?
I want front. Touch your front butt. It's probably gonna be someone. Interesting technique.
That was an acrobatic stab. DP, DP. Again.
The collapsing lunge. More. Oh, what are the foot soldier swords like?
Well, let's find out.
Take a peek. Shitty.
I
Wait,
thought
what?
I heard footsteps.
Bunch of stuff going on down there, but
Yeah, it's those guys.
yeah, it appears to be.
Well, they're not alerted.
No, you appear to be relatively.
Resume checking
Over to the right.
stuff. Foot soldier sword. It's a bit better on the damage front. A bit worse everywhere else.
I think at this point maybe just a bit more damage is what we need.
Scaling's shitty as well.
Well, yeah, but I don't think we're in a position to be worrying about that at the moment. You know, we're still, what, we're level 2?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put it in the offhand slot so we can try it out on the fly.
There we go. That's using the noodle.
Right, let's see what we have here. Whoa. Over to you, Gabe. Right.
This fucking cord.
Douglas met Doris Prendergast in a food court when he had just emerged from the nearby JB Hi-Fi after they'd refused to give him a refund for an item he had bought in good faith. And they said they couldn't take it back because he'd obviously used it improperly.
Where Alright. Oh, shit.
Doris was sympathetic to his woes. She, having herself recently bought a slightly dodgy DVD player in a car boot sale. It was then
Where's
that
that guy even...
I think he's right there. It was then they discovered a shared love for car boot sales,
Yeah.
which would lead to their early courtship and a brief dalliance in the antiquing trade. These memories flash through his mind as he picks through his old worn
That's
swords,
interesting over there.
looking for something good to use. How they would laugh as he would pretend to fence with his old antique swords.
It's interesting. If you're running against a wall, it cuts off the jump. Yeah, you come get me, champ.
You
Come
wanna
get me.
maybe go and get our bloodstains back?
Alright, we got a little more range into
He was getting his combo on.
it. He was throwing a tantrum. I don't think we can get back up, though. That's a problem.
Yeah, there's a way up.
Is it?
Well, if you see that hole in the wall in the distance, that leads into the tunnel we were in earlier that led to that
Oh, okay.
the top of that causeway area. And we found some dirty second-hand gloves to consider for our antiques business. And they're shite, because the warrior starts with decent kit.
I suppose all this will be for the naked guy, right?
Yeah, the deprived.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like the name of a monster from the Consuming Shadow. Possibly. Hey!
Fucking gotcha!
That's when you turn the Dark Souls moment onto a Dark Souls moment. Getting your leap attack on.
Does the job.
So that's still the Hollow Foot Soldier sword you're using?
I think so, yeah.
Seems to be more of a slashy weapon.
Okay, I don't think we can get... You know what I mean? Like, getting back up from here to there.
Yeah, you can. I know you can. I have
Okay.
done it. Like you see that ledge across the way? There's a way up here.
So many ways.
Yeah, you just walk up that tree route. Like that guy's doing.
Alright.
See, that guy's demonstrating. What a friendly hollow soldier. Yeah, it's when you're on different levels that the damage, that the hitboxes get a bit weird. Now, don't fall off. That was my mistake. I forgot
That
to
was-
not
yeah.
fall off.
Don't drop off major cliffs. Alright, so how do we get back up? Because there's an item up there I wouldn't mind getting.
You will just walk up. No, there isn't an item up there. And here we are, still at the place we were just then, on a bridge thing.
Yeah.
Now no one will ever know that we lost the last 20 minutes of the audio and had to redo it.
I don't think you missed anything fucking thrilling, but now I get to...
Yes, now you get to go in this tunnel.
Yeah, and I got surprised by this douchebag and thought I'd locked on, but hadn't locked on, so I turned around as opposed to walking backward, which is exactly what you don't want to have happen. So I start using my little life lemons.
You mean you are currently using your life lemons, because this is still going on at this very moment.
This is in real time.
Why don't
Where that guy's
why don't-
going.
Why don't you run up those stairs, Gabriel?
totally.
I think that guy...
The slowest arrows.
If that guy's hurrying to meet the
Edge slowly through the atmosphere like treacle.
January sales or something.
Aha!
No.
I wonder if those guys get anything for killing me. Like, they're like, I got some more humanity.
Yeah, probably. But they'd only squander it.
Yeah, I'd piss it away. I don't level up like I do.
Not like us, investing it in bath mats.
Grenade!
That's a pretty slow grenade, actually. The grenade's going, come on, come on.
And then
You're gonna be so much trouble when
this
I
is the
get
item I
over
came for,
there.
which is a shield, which is shitty.
A shitty ass shield, and then you notice that archer over there.
Still firing at me.
Repurpose your back as an archer.
This is where I think we discovered that I can climb at speed. No, this is
No,
where-
no, we didn't. You didn't know that.
Yeah, this is where you
I had
yelled
to,
at me about
I had to
climbing at
point it
speed.
out to you. That, you can climb fast now. I showed you earlier, but you never pay attention.
So exploring some shield
Just
differences there.
Just checking out that buckler, which is shitty. Yeah,
Yeah.
cover under shield.
Oink. Look like little ones. Squish.
I'll make myself some
Guys are
lovely
already dead.
lemonade.
Pretty sure. Is this before I fought the turtle dudes? No, it isn't.
See, they say we're undead. We've actually just eaten so many lemons. We've gone all pucker-faced.
Try one. I don't want to look like that.
Tough. Now eat your lemons.
Havents.
This is a pucker-faced household.
Dog pucker face.
It's yes.
Tell by my face.
Who's Troy? Is that Douglas Upperty's boss? He read a management training book that suggested getting all your staff to eat lemons.
Yeah,
Because it makes them more trustworthy from like the purchaser's point of view.
Staff unity.
So this guy's like sucking his entire lips inside his mouth. I like that in a person. I will trust the things he says.
It just
Clearly-
screams honesty.
Clearly he has nothing to hide except his lips.
This is where I'm doing that Dark Souls thing of fighting and forgetting about the 6.
Yes, yes. Dark Souls is a one-on-one fighter. Any more than that, and it becomes hard to fight.
Yeah. Because even the bosses, if you've got a clean, understanding of their pattern, they're fairly easy. But bosses plus some goons, you've got an issue.
Yeah.
And it's always the goon hordes I had a bigger difficulty with in one than
Yeah, it's the rule with Dark Souls. Clear out the minions first, if there are any. Because they're the ones that will take you by surprise.
and everything hurts in this.
I mean, there's one boss fight that springs to mind in this game that's just a bunch of minions.
I freak out and realize that I've been battering around this soldier sword a bit.
Yeah, I was just noticed.
Swap it out.
Yeah. Those like pickup swords you get from enemies tend to be pretty shitty on the degradation front.
I decide not to go down there because it just looks like fire.
Yeah.
And then I realize this is not a
Yes.
statue.
No, that is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
I think it's Donatello, if memory serves. He's the one who used.
Given that it is in Dark Souls, it might be a bit of a later artist.
He's the one who used a big stick.
Maybe Magritte.
This is the gritty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from earlier in the comic book.
Adult Mutant Ninja Turtles! I'm just here to kill.
I glued a dustbin to myself. And then I put a smaller one on the end of my stick. Yeah, your sword's a little bit shorter than you think it is, isn't it, Gabriel?
Well, I keep going for the lunge. Like, I'm going for the dive, and it just doesn't activate, so I just get poke, which I know is...
yeah, it's not a great follow-through to a lunge. Lunge is sort of supposed to be the end of the conversation.
I find it's good stick and move with big slow bows, though. Like, here, look at him, he's just like, whomp. Well, that's it. I've done my attack for the day.
Turtle guards, what is this, Mario?
Koopalings. We have Koopalings in Dark Souls.
And we picked up some really fucking heavy gloves.
Fuck yeah.
You want to put on because you're a big tank bastard.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was
Gets
wondering
it
if
done.
we're getting the fast roll yet. Because we're at 66.2% load at present.
I'll probably tone it down, because as I've had to discover through bitter experience, the game does not like you if you have fat roll.
Yeah.
Because there are just
Unless
things
you're
that
really-
you can't guard.
Unless you've got really, really high defense and good armor.
Yeah, which
Like
I
if-
generally go for, but even then, if like in the DLC, like Usal Sanctuary in 1,
Yeah, like if you're rocking Havel's
Yeah.
armor.
I have Havel's armor, I have a great shield.
You've got Havel's ring.
Yeah, I got it. Well, you need Havel's ring if you
Of
don't have
course
the
you
armor.
got Havel's ring.
And there are these huge fucking stone cunts that do this one big boomy knocker attack. You can't stagger them, so it's the attack's happening, and you can't block the fucking thing. It knocks you down.
I've had trouble with stone cunts in my time.
Cynthia Q stone cunt.
Was this barricade for keeping something in? or
Yeah,
something
I got
out?
really paranoid getting close to that because I expected it to just explode and some giant thing to come wandering out.
Well, reasonable. But
Apparently, this is the fire that doesn't hurt.
this isn't the part of the game where that happens. Meaning that,
It's going
of
to
course,
happen.
that there are
There's me
parts of the
shitting
game-
myself.
Yes, because we've stumbled upon a giant fire.
Some kind of flame ball salamander.
I hate doing post-commentary with this sort of thing. It sounds like we're showing someone our holiday snaps. And here we are outside the cave of the fiery thing. And here's Gabriel being a total tard and trying to run straight up to it.
I thought that was, just because there's a giant evil monster down there shooting fire at me doesn't mean that's not where I'm supposed to go in any of these games.
Well, fair enough.
And then I discovered this. And Yahtzee said, yeah, go in for a backslash.
Yeah, that's what I did. I said, hey, maybe just give him a backstab, get Get a bit ahead. Ha ha! You fell for it. I wanted my turn. See, that's the advantage I have, being familiar with the game.
You dickbag. And then this guy
Dying
has
really often enough for my taste.
much,
Perhaps we should amend the rules. And maybe
ow.
every time we die or go back to Majula, we swap players. How about that?
Well, this is why, like I said, well, this is, I think keeping it to death, but I think maybe encouraging slightly more risk-taking play.
Okay. Well,
Because I won't play this like I'd normally play Dark Souls at home, which is rather poke around, look conservative, because...
well, does anyone play Dark Souls liberally?
I will now. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it. You know, up it for the rent, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I mean, I've come to some good successes in Dark Souls by just playing that way. I mean, I don't even know what Gravelord Nido looks like. I beat him that fast.
Neato.
Neato.
He's neat. Oh.
Neaterific.
You know, I like the Pokemon.
Yeah. Neato Queen. Yeah, I didn't even know what he looked like. I just ran in and just battered him with my fucking big weapon, and that was over. And I was like, oh.
I think a lot of people who've walked right up to him don't know what he looks like. Because he's just a big blob.
Writhing pile of skeletons.
Well, it depends when you go after him in Dark Souls.
It was quite late for me, like I was...
Yeah, there's a tendency to go after him quite late in the game, and it's quite easy to be over-leveled.
Because the caverns are such a dickish place.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, I don't have the item that's meant to make me see down here.
And you forget about them, so you're like, where are all the places I've left for later? Well, there's the Duke's Archives, there's the Crystal Cave, really cool looking places. I think that's it. Oh wait, also there was that really dark, dingy, uninviting place I didn't want to go to.
That's not where I should go.
And also...
You don't get the little skull land for ages.
and Lost Isolate.
Yeah.
Tell you what happened last time I was playing Dark Souls 1. I was playing through it. I decided I was going to do a run where I would save Solaire. And to do that, you have
That's
to...
really hard, apparently.
Yeah, you have to go into the Servants of Chaos Covenant and give enough humanity to the lady, the spider lady, that you get like the level of the... in that covenant, that you can open up the door that leads to the place where all the insects are, where Solaire will be later in the game, possessed and trying to kill you. So if you kill all the insects in that room at that point,
He's fine.
then later on, yeah, Solaire won't be possessed and will be fine. So I did that, and then having done that, you can actually summon Solaire for the final boss fight. And I don't really need to, because Lord Gwyn's but I thought, you know, because we put all the work in, and because it's good for lore and
Come on
stuff,
back, champ.
if you buy into the theory that Solaire is the lost son of Lord Gwyn, then I thought, yeah, let's do it. Let's sunbro it up for the final climax of the game. So I summoned him
Jolly
in the area outside Lord Gwyn's boss fight. You know what happened then? Solaire dropped straight off ledge and died.
Fucking glorious.
I was like,
And thus ends the saga of Solaire.
I was like, well, that was anticlimactic, Solaire. Well done. Well fucking done, son, bro.
Edges.
Thanks,
Well, I getcha.
thanks for making it all worth it.
Whee!
All that humanity I shoved in the spider lady's face.
Yeah, because how much is that?
Something like 25.
That's a lot.
It's quite a lot of humanity, true.
And I knew that this thing on the ground here was a fucking jerk, and I tried to hit him, and just...
Yeah, fair enough that you'd think a thing like that.
As I can tell, things that are part of the goddamn active, sprite count and all.
But here's a guy with a
Missed my fucking
halberd.
backstab because I wasn't exactly behind him.
He's saying, I got a halberd, Gabriel, you jelly.
Yeah, I am. I like the halberds. They're a good range because you see, I like my little poke and run away because that's especially if you're heavy and you don't have the roll factor.
Yeah.
Generally, you can get away with stick and move with like a really. This was great.
Yes, of
Wonder where
course.
this guy lot? Huh? And
yes.
off he went.
That guy
Just-
needs to look at his analog stick.
Yeah. Used some health, ran off the edge, and then
his-
he's gotten up.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
gotten up, ready for fun.
moderately offended.
He's like, oh, sorry, were you trying to get my attention earlier?
Yeah, that's
Here
right.
I am.
Tried to smack you with a sword, you fucking load.
I was saying something, but I forgot what it was.
Pants.
Well, it can't have been that important then.
Picking up more knickknacks,
There's another
finding
thing.
more dudes just
Yeah.
waking up for their morning.
I remember what I said at this point. I said, yeah, I don't think you can backstab people before they finish their getting up animation.
Oh, and that's locked because it's all locked.
Everything's locked. I think Dark Souls 2...
It's me deciding not to jump down there.
Dark Souls 2 really does sort of funnel you down the right path for the first bit.
There's definitely a lot more locked doors.
Yes.
At least in the opening game. I mean, you'd find them late, but